While the construction of a private dwelling at the base of Piton continues to make headlines, several questions linger about the ongoing development, particularly as it relates to the exact scope and nature of the construction. On Sunday, some members of the local press accompanied a group of individuals who intended to get a first-hand view of what exactly is going on near the island's World Heritage Site. The journey by boat was intended to allow individuals to determine for themselves what impact, if any, the construction has had on the landscape and aesthetics of Piton.
I was invited to come out here, I think primarily because I have spoken out regarding the nature of this development, which is occurring within the Piton management area, World Heritage Site. And that has, of course, been something we've had proudly since the year 2004. And clearly, I think there is cause for concern because of the type of development which is happening within an area which is supposed to be effectively a no-build zone.
During the course of the visit, the press also seized the opportunity to speak to one of the founders of the island's newest political parties, who was in the vicinity when we arrived.
I come every once in a while, and I am mortified, taken aback by first of all, the access to the beach, one small footpath, and then the change right by the Piton, right by the Piton's right there. It is just astounding. That should never have been allowed to proceed.
No, not taking side. I'm taking your side. Well, the man is private duty. The police making all the citizens of the country to hate them because they ain't right. You don't trespass on the man's private property. But so where is this? Where are we now? Exactly. So who has determined that that is private and that is not private? Well, who has determined that? Who has determined that that is private and that is not private? Who has determined that is not? Yeah, because that's true. That's Queen's Chain. I don't understand. I don't understand what you're telling us here right now. What I'm saying, the Queen's Chain goes right up. The Queen's Chain goes right up to the edge of that property. Arrest me and then I'll take you to go right up to the edge of that property. 185 feet. Have you measured it? Okay. I did about it. Right now, 185 feet. I'll be on Queen's Chain. You are now standing on private property. Who authorized you to be there? I have authority. Really? Yes. From who? From Daisy? From Daisy? Because the I cannot prevent you from walking the Queen's Chain. That's the Queen's Chain here. That's the Queen's Chain here. His private property is higher up there. I'm just telling you that now. That's exactly my approach. People pushing compliance. I put in resistance. Do you have place to arrest 300 people? Simple as that. Not even that. Not even that. If the man owned the property here and he said get up my property, I have no problem. Now let's go. This property is not his. Then let us go. Then let us go. No. Yeah. Go defend private property. Respect the state property. The civilians will tread. Let us go. It's really unbelievable the way the guys have diverted the Piton trail. They have diverted everything to facilitate St. Lucians not even going near the site. This land there does not belong to the Canadian guy. And therefore, that potential or alleged barrier or whatever they have there serves no purpose in terms of assertion of ownership. That is not his land. And all they have done there is to do things to preclude members of the public.
So what does it mean when, are these members of the Royal Signature Police Force here?
Well, he's a police officer, but obviously he's on private duty. He's on private duty because I don't understand. He's on private duty because I don't understand why Shasta takes state resources to have a policeman to take taxpayers' money to have a police officer to guard private property. That is unheard of. That is totally unprecedented. And then the question is now, acting in a private capacity, where does he draw the line? Who knows? He's saying the property belongs to the man. Show me the proof. You cannot block the right.
That's why I said, everybody.
Jacob. That's right. Simple as that. Things are going to get right?
Several members of the group were determined to see the controversial development and to obtain photos of the immediate area. However, upon approaching the property, the group was denied entry by individuals securing the area. A confrontation subsequently ensued as the group became incensed by these restrictions and attempted to negotiate their way onto the private property. Several individuals also took issue with the presence of one individual who was identified as a police officer.
Before things get hot, I told you all to take a walk down on the beach.
All they have done there is to do things to preclude members from the public.
What does it mean when are these members of the Royal Senator Police Force here?
Well, he's a police officer, but obviously he's on private duty. He's on private duty because I don't understand. He's on private duty because I don't understand why Shasne would take state resources to have a policeman to guard, take taxpayers' money to have a police officer to guard private property. That is unheard of.
Despite the orders and warnings of the individuals securing the property, some members of the group proceeded to remove the barrier and access the area.
We'll storm it. Okay? Simple as that. Okay?
Members of the press followed the commotion to document the sequence of events which would eventually result in a physical confrontation involving multiple individuals.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. What happened there? What happened there, sir? Hold on. Don't push me.
Just don't try it. Don't try it.
Despite being questioned several times, the individual identified as an officer declined to explain his presence on the site.
I am willing to work with you, but what is your legitimacy here?
You, as an ex-police officer, asking me these kind of questions.
No, you're telling me you're here?
You are an ex-police officer. You are my commanding officer.
Indeed,
you are the one.
Indeed, so you cannot tell me about policing. So I'm trying to find out what authority you have.
I don't have to tell you.
But you have to, because if you are going to treat me as a trespasser, you have to tell me under what authority you're treating me as a...
What did I say when I come here?
Right? I don't know that necessarily was there.
Are you working in a private capacity right now?
I don't have to answer that, darling.
But you have to,
No,
because you are here trying to treat us as trespassers.
So are you here?
I'm going. Okay. You know. The law is illegal. Why do you comply? Come on.
Take that man's picture for me. You're pushing me. Don't push me.
Let us a leak bottom fella in uniform. Let us go.
I don't have a problem with that. You see trespass, the same way I don't want people to, first thing we tell ask that, where the boundaries, I take pictures of it. And I say I'm not entering beyond that point.
Let me ask you a question.
You understand?
Watch me. When something is in dispute, what's the best way to deal with it?
When it's in the, but it's not in dispute. Anyway.
You must identify yourself.
You're trying to prevent somebody from doing something.
Who are you working for? What are you doing here? You're a police officer. What are you doing here? That's what we're asking.
You're asking me that question.
Yes, I'm asking
As a
you.
former officer.
Yes, what are you doing here?
Wow.
What are you doing here?
It's amazing how we forget where we come from.
No. Look, you can't tell me about policing. You cannot tell me about policing. I'm asking you, what are you doing here? Right? Don't tell me what forget. You cannot tell me about policing. Okay? And I'm asking you, what are you doing here? Right? And if you can tell me what your legitimacy is, I'm willing to comply.
No, y'all can do whatever you're choosing.
No, if you tell us what legitimacy you have.
Anybody, you can do whatever you're choosing.
No. Right? I am willing to work with you, but what is your legitimacy here?
If you, as an ex-police officer, asking me these kind of questions.
No, you're telling me you're here?
You are an ex-police officer.
You are here?
You are my commanding officer.
Indeed,
you are the one
indeed. So you cannot tell me about policing?
No.
You cannot tell me about
That's not the same police
so
force you to know.
asking you.
All right.
What
Has changed? What has changed from when he was there and what obtains
Why are you
now,
asking me
sir?
these questions, ma'am?
Are you here on the orders of the RSLPN or in a private?
Are you here in a
I'm not in a
private
spot,
car?
you know, bro. I'm not in a spot.
Are you?
Do what you all have to do.
What is your legitimacy here?
I have no legitimacy here, sir.
Well, if you have no legitimacy, you can't stop
Well,
us.
go and do whatever you choose to.
Right? You either have legitimacy.
Go ahead, go ahead.
If you have legitimacy.
When you're playing the news, make sure you play that on it. Go ahead.
If you have legitimacy,
Go ahead.
then we will stop. If you do not have legitimacy, you cannot stop us.
All right, monsieur.
Sons and daughters of St. Lucia, love the land that gave us birth, land of beaches, hills and valleys, fairest isle of all the earth. Wheresoever you bear home, love, oh, love, our island home. Gone the times when nations battle for this land of the West. Gone the days when strife and discord leave the children spoiled. Dawns and last of brighter day stretches out.